Do you see the flag raised on, I guess you
I was
would,
right under it.
on Mount Suribachi?
Yeah.
Were you
I
up
was-
on deck so you could see
I
it?
was on my aircraft gun.
Okay, you
I was
were-
one of the first to see it.
Really?
Screaming, and we started screaming. All of us started screaming. And, they raised the flag.
Thank you for what you did for our country.
Yeah,
We don't tell you guys that enough.
I know.
I'm telling you again.
I joined the military in April of 1973. The Vietnam War was still going on. I joined while it was still the Women's Army Corps. I was sent, I did my basic training in Anniston, Alabama, Fort McClellan. We were one of the last group of women before it became one army, and they started to make it everybody going to basic training in South Carolina. I spent 32 years in the military. 14 years were active duty, and the other years were in the National Guard and in the reserves.
hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, and the darkness inside you can make you feel so small. But I see your true colors shining through. I'll see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors of you.
Yeah, I was on a PBR from 1971 to 1972 out of South Vietnam, Da Nang, South Vietnam. And our primary mission was surveillance, tracking enemy movements, and also looking for contraband on sampans in the river tributaries. We had a crew of 5. My battle station was the twin 50 caliber machine guns. Sometimes we would take a small group, a very small group of Marines or soldiers someplace to drop them off so they could do some recon and then pick them up a few days later.
Show me a smile then. Don't be unhappy, can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, you call me up because you know I'll be there. And I'll see your true colors shining through. I'll see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors are beautiful like a rainbow, just like a rainbow.
My first assignment with the United States Air Force overseas was at Wheeler and Hickam Air Force bases in Hawaii. And it was a wonderful assignment. It was in 1957, before Hawaii became a state. And I really feel honored that I got that assignment. And I ended up working in headquarters PACAF for the Inspector General, and the building that I worked in, Holly Mackay, is the very same building that was struck December 7th, 1941. And the bullet holes remain in that building today. It's a historic site, and it was just a wonderful assignment at that time, but a lot of history remains there.
If we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look. The sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David, they add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom. Each one of those markers is a monument to the kind of hero I spoke of earlier. Their lives ended in places called Belleau Wood, the Argonne, Omaha Beach, Salerno, and halfway around the world on Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Pork Chop Hill, the Chosin Reservoir, and in 100 rice paddies and jungles of a place called Vietnam. Under one such marker lies a young man, Martin Treptow, who left his job in a small-town barber shop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There on the Western Front, he was killed trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. We're told that on his body was found a diary. On the flyleaf, under the heading, My Pledge, he had written these words: America must win this war. Therefore I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone. We must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. It is a weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have. It is a weapon that we as Americans do have. Let that be understood by those who practice terrorism and prey upon their neighbors. As for the enemies of freedom, those who are potential adversaries, they will be reminded that peace is the highest aspiration of the American people. We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will not surrender for it now or ever. We are Americans.